This is a demonstration of the SmartDraft leader and symbol commands on the labeling panel of the SmartDraft ribbon. First, we will go over the leader command. There is arc leader, straight leader, a flared leader, a continuation symbol or an integral symbol that you add to an arc, adding an arrow to any object, adding a break symbol but not really breaking it, just appears to be breaking the object underneath, and pipe crossing symbol. Let's look at the options associated to the arc leader command, which is command alias ALR. First, it's going to ask you for the first point or select options. The leader types can be an AutoCAD leader object, a polyline with a flared end, or the multi-leader AutoCAD object. The leader types can be an arc or straight, meaning angle points, or spline curve type arcs. The endpoints can have no arrowhead, an arrow, a dot, or the continuation or integral symbol. And you can specify that it only prompts you for 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, or 5. But even if you select 5 and you only pick 2, if you just hit enter, it will just take the first 2 points that you select. The default is 3. With the leader command, you can also tell it to place a symbol at the end of the leader. If you pick leader object, it's just a separate block. If you pick multi-leader, the block is actually a part of the multi-leader style. The width factor tells it how wide to make the actual label within a symbol object. So you can either have it at 0.8 or 0.65, so you can make it very narrow if you need to. So you put more text within the symbol. So let's first start out with it being a leader object 3. No symbol. It's asking for the first point, which is the arrowhead point, the angle point, and the end point. Since no symbol is set in the options, that will be the end of it. Since it was an AutoCAD object, you can move it around as necessary. If you wanted it to be an annotative arc, again, going into the SmartDraft settings, set create annotative blocks and styles, and now when you select this command, it's actually creating an annotative leader, and if you change the scale factor of the drawing, the arrowhead will update. If you turn symbols on, as one of the options, there would be the 2 options. Leader with circle, the 3 points, enter a text value, and it actually is a leader object with a symbol reference added. Circle being simple, not connected. But again, it's an annotative block and an added annotative leader because you selected annotative blocks and styles. So if you were to change this, those would update per the horizontal scale. If you were to use that exact same command, change the options to multi-leader and still have circle symbol selected, when you place the actual symbol, it will become part of a multi-leader object. So when you move it around, the leader is totally connected with the circle symbol. You can double click on it, change the value, and using some of the other functionality, say add a leader, and now that leader is connected to that multi-leader. The straight leader is very much like the arc leader, except that it's going to ask you for angle point instead. If you turn your O-snap on, you get that exact angle. The flared leader allows you to specify your leader length. Pick it. It's going to ask you to specify the first point, and then your end point. It's going to be a polyline with a flared symbol, point like at a index map or something that will stand out a little bit more. As mentioned earlier, you could change arc leader to use the integral symbol, and we'll actually add that symbol right at the very beginning. Or if you already have some lines that you want to add it to, you could use this, adding that to the end of an existing object. Note that it's not an actual arc leader, it's just a drafting visualization. This is much easier to use because it will move around as you change the location. Much like adding the inner symbol, sometimes you'll have a line and you just want to add you don't want to turn it into a leader, but you want to put an arrowhead on it. You can definitely do that if so needed. You have a line that you want to represent as broken. This will add the symbol and use the mask to hide what's going on behind it. It's actually using a wipeout in this case, and the frame happens to be turned off, so if we turn off the frame, it looks like it's broken. But if we were to actually move this away, you can see that it didn't actually affect the line at all. It just gave the impression that it broke the line. So when you plot it, it looks as if it's a broken line. If you were doing some irrigation type work and you wanted to show that these two pipes don't actually go into a T, but they cross without touching each other, you could add the crossing symbol. And again, it's not actually breaking that line, it's just adding the symbology to show that that one pipe actually does not tee into the other pipe, it just goes around it. So more or less just a drafting symbology. That ends the leader pull down in the labeling. Now if you go to reference symbols, just like in the previous set of pull downs, these are actually being able to change to the various reference symbols. So any one of these commands will do the exact same thing, just showing a different reference shape. Circle, a circle with a top and bottom value, a diamond, hexagon, keyhole, an oval shape, a pentagon, a star type shape, a square, a triangle. So let's look at circle and look at the various options. So again, you see the same. You can change it without going back and picking it from the menu. Here you can say, I want no leader, so we'll just add the symbol. What's the symbol text for? We'll add it. And we'll ask for rotation angle. Again, we have annotative on, so as we change, it will represent that. If you don't want them to be annotative, you want them just to be a block inserted at a particular scale, turn that value back to non-annotated. And then it's a fixed scale for that block. Let's look at the options again. Leader on. We'll change the arrowhead arc. Now it's going to ask for the symbol value. Where's the leader arrowhead, just like previous? And now with this leader, again, this is just a AutoCAD leader object, and the symbol is not attached. And these symbols can be used for the SmartDraft construction note tools, which is shown in another video. Or, as shown with the leader, you can say you want it to be an mleader, multi-leader. So now it will actually be connected. Or there are various SmartDraft labels, like this elevation flag label. And you may want to add a leader to that. If you were to say on attached to a label, circle, symbol, that asks you for the symbol, that asks you to select the label. And now it's actually attached to that label. So as this label is moved around, that number and symbol update location. If you wanted to change the label direction and flip it to the other side, even that attached reference symbol would flip with the label. If you want to detach it, you could detach it, but here would be another option that when you double click on it and when you actually decide to place it. If you are using a view twist, do you want the label, the text, to be in line with the object, or do you want it to be aligned with the view? You can specify which one you want as against the text inside the label. Again, all of these are the same. Here would be reference symbol attached, and here I can say select the reference symbol, and it would take, let's say this was not here, and I wanted to take an existing symbol, this 13, I want to take an existing symbol, this circle with a 4 in it. I could say select the existing symbol and the existing label, and now it attaches that, and it does change it to the same layer that the leader's on. So that is one of the features of this command, is to change it to the same layer, so that if this is turned off, also that reference circle would be turned off also. That concludes the demonstration of the reference symbol pull down within the labeling panel of